Tommy and I are out here early this morning. We got a lead on some free, completely saturated straw bales, and we are going to be experimenting with straw bale gardening this growing season. And saturated or wet straw bales are an amazing resource to start with, because then you don't have to do as much conditioning with them that a typical straw bale gardener has to do. So although they weigh a couple 100 pounds each, we are determined this morning to work smarter, not harder, and take advantage of this opportunity. We are listening to Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Work Week, and gonna get this done. The piece of manifesting my homestead vision that we're working on today is striking while the iron is hot. So that means watching for opportunities and finding those opportunities and getting there quickly. When somebody has a service that they'll offer, a skill they're willing to teach, an item they're willing to let you have, you don't make those people wait around. So for example, this morning, that's why I have not even combed my hair, because I wanted to get up here and get the rest of this straw before another person came and got it. It's why I went out last night to get my corn seed, even though it had been a really long day. It's why I spent the day yesterday trekking all over, picking up raspberry plants from people who were willing to let us have them. These are all things I could have acquired with my own money, but watching for those opportunities and being as frugal-minded as I can, you have to be willing to get out there when the opportunity is there, before somebody else beats you to it, or before those people that promised you that item or allowed you to have that item or teach you that skill give up on you. You just don't make those people wait around. So we're tired, but we got our cardio in for now. We are also practicing working smarter, not harder, hence the dolly we brought along today.
Let's just
Try to get it on this wheel well.
on her frame to just push on that lip.
The car coming. Come on. I was zero help on that. I cannot tell you how much those things weigh. Hundreds of pounds. Oh my gosh. Thing is a beast. I don't think it'll fall off. You gotta put. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay.
Holy smokes, you're heavy.
Get a second, Will. Let's throw him up on top of my. Hoo-wee! That was hard. The things that boy does for his mother. I'm sure waking up at 6:30 to help me move waterlogged straw bales was not on his agenda today. Thank you.
Time to hurt my arms again. Yes.
You want to go throw on a long sleeve shirt?
I don't have one.
Peter.
Mom, I found a carrot coming up.
Come this way.
Mom, why are there so many
And
carrots?
they need to be, see all of my straw holes poking up?
Mom, is this a carrot area?
Yeah?
Why is there so many carrots?
You see carrots? Everywhere. Really? straw bales from the trailer and arranging them in a row over here. We're arranging them in a row with the open straws facing up, and they're not perfect bales, so it is a little bit tricky to get them to stand in place, and I might end up putting some T-posts in to keep some of them from falling apart. They were out all winter in the snow and in the elements, so some of them are already beginning to compost down a little bit, but we'll be speeding that process up. It's something known as conditioning in the straw bale gardening world. Lots of different ways to do it. Mostly includes adding something like blood meal and water for a series of days to get that compost started, and it'll heat up inside that bale pretty warm, sometimes like 150 degrees or so. I have to look at the exact numbers.
It's not working.
Finn's not working? What's he doing?
I'm just waiting.
Oh, he's laying down on the job? I think that's okay, Reagan. We're just waiting on Gavin. He's taking a break. So we are going to go ahead and get this started. Of course, I have to do mine on the super budget. So we have our black tarps out here. These are our lumber wraps that we got from the lumber store and have already cut down in strips. And it's important that you have a barrier underneath your straw bales. Otherwise, you can potentially have weeds and things growing up around them, making it a little bit more difficult to get in there and work with your bales. Some of the sites I've seen have said that these hay bales, or straw bales rather, can last up to 2 years. So I'm hoping to do this right so that next year I can also plant in them. We'll see. Mine sat out all winter, so it's possible that they are not going to survive for 2 growing seasons. But it's all about experimenting and using the resources that we have that we can get for cheap or for free. So we're definitely going to give it a go and see what works. It sounds like most vegetables will work in a straw bale garden situation. Sweet corn was one that didn't do particularly well, and a type of tomato. I think it's the ones that grow, I always get confused with determinate and indeterminate, but anyway, one of the types of those tomatoes don't do particularly well. But otherwise, I see people growing everything on them. They put trellises up and over and around them. They put T-posts to help secure them. So we're gonna give it a try, see how it goes. But working with these is really kind of heavy. They're hard. We have straw bales in our hay mow that are older and dry, and I can lift those so easily. In fact, I could probably lift 2 without a problem, but I cannot describe to you how heavy these waterlogged bales are. It is taking every bit of our strength to get them off the trailer and onto the dolly.
What?
As we are moving along, we are running into lots of carrots that we did not end up harvesting last year. Look at this guy. I think if I were a carrot, this would probably be my body type. We've laid out as many of the good straw bales in the garden as we can. These 2 that are left are pretty much beyond repair, but nothing will go to waste. We're going to use these in the orchard to mulch around our new raspberry and blackberry plants. Thanks, guys. Finny, will you run down to the basement and get me...
battery. Do you want me to go get you a new one?
Go grab me a battery and get me 3 new wraps and meet me in the orchard.
Okay, batteries in the pantry?
Perfect. Let's just do one at a time, Gavin.
Yeah,
anyway,
with this.
so we are going to break this open and we are going to mulch around my berries.
I hate
Just wait.
Oh.
Okay, let's leave this one on. I think we can leave it on. So you're going to bring me a pad, Gavin, of that?
Ooh.
Finn, you're going to unroll one of our